Hey guys. All right, this is kind of quiet. Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video, I want to tell you in what way your lawyer doesn't know anything and how only you can educate your lawyer to help you. Okay? So, what do I mean? Well, usually lawyers know the law and they know how to handle cases, especially if you have a good one, and hopefully they have people skills so that they know how to communicate with you and they answer the phone when you call them. But there's one way in which your lawyer doesn't know crap. They don't know anything. And without your help, the lawyer is useless to you. Okay? So, what do I mean? Well, I'll tell you. In injury cases, I don't know whether, you know, I should talk to clients about this and just ask them clean, or I should do a focus group or a poll. How is it how do you think your lawyer knows where you go to the doctor unless you tell them, right? I know that there's like databases that insurance companies out there use and they can look up everywhere you've been to the doctor and all that stuff. But the number one way in which a lawyer is useless to you is if you don't stay in touch and communicate about your medical care. So literally, this topic came up because I signed up a couple of clients in the last couple of days, and in one of the cases, the guy's treatment had been over for a long time, and he didn't remember what hospital he went to. I guess he lives in an area where there's like three hospitals that are all equal distance from where he had his crash, and he just couldn't remember which one it was. And I told him, I'm like, buddy, you got to help us out. There's no way for me to figure it out. Now, listen, I could order medical records and bills from all three hospitals, but that costs a lot of time and a lot of money to do it. So I had another case that I was getting ready to send a demand out on, and I was looking through everything, and the client never said anything about going to the hospital. I was looking at all the intake notes. It was one that my paralegal did the intake on initially, and were no notes about where the guy went to the treatment. And so the first treatment is like a week or two after the date of accident, where the guy follows up with his family doctor, gets referred to a specialist, does some therapy, gets an MRI, eventually, gets better. But there's like a 2 week gap between the date of the accident and um, when he first saw the doctor that he told us about. So nowhere in the notes did it say that he went to a hospital or anything like that, or anyone before the family doctor. So I was getting ready to send the demand out to the insurance company. I'm like, wait a minute. I took a look at the police report. It said CFD, which stands for Chicago Fire Department 20, which means that's an identifying number in the ambulance service in the Chicago Fire Department. And then it also said the hospital name. So not only did we have a hospital stay, but we had medical bills and records from the paramedics. So obviously, I immediately ordered them, and I made a note to talk to the staff about missing stuff like that and the importance of doing a thorough intake and capturing, all of the medical providers. But here's what you can do to make your lawyer more effective. At the beginning of the case, as soon as you hire a lawyer, if you've been to any doctors, make sure that you tell the lawyer about all the doctors. If you took an ambulance ride, tell them. If you went to a doctor one time, or a urgent care center, or a doctor you only saw one time, that information is important. We don't want to leave anything out. The other thing too is when you're done going to the doctor, call your lawyer right away. Let them know where you've been to the doctor, and make sure you give your lawyer complete information about all of the medical care that you had. Okay? That's going to allow the lawyer to order your medical records and bills once, get everything, get a demand out to the insurance company really quick, and that ultimately means your case is going to settle. And because all of the medical care and all of the medical bills are included, it also means a bigger settlement for you. So without your help, your lawyer is worthless and useless. Only you can tell the lawyer where you've been to the doctor. Now, that's not to say that the lawyer won't read your medical records and look at the police report like I did and figure out where you went to the doctor. But a lot of times lawyers rely on their staff, and the staff are just don't have as much experience as the lawyer does in looking at a file and piecing things together, right? So if they're newer, they could be really hardworking, really smart, really dedicated, but if they don't know where to look for the information, it could be that your demand letter goes out without, without all the medical care. And in some cases, if there's a big gap in treatment because they're missing a medical provider, like that case I just told you about, where it looks like the guy didn't go anywhere for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, some lawyers will look at that and say, we can't handle this case. We'll try to settle it, but if this guy never went anywhere for a month, we're never going to be able to prove that he was really hurt in front of a jury, and the insurance company's never going to make an offer on it. Well, a smart lawyer does the thing that I do all the time. Anytime I'm looking at a file and any information is missing or I'm having any problem with anything, you know what I do? I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone and call the client. My clients never give me a hassle. They pick up the phone, and the reason why is I respect their time. I literally just say hello, how you doing? You got to be nice to people on the phone. But then, within 90 seconds, I have all the information I need, and then I go do the legwork. Right? I go get what we need to prove the case. So if I can't get somebody on the phone, guess what I do? I send them an email. I send them a letter. If they got an alternative number, I leave them a message there. Because life gets in the way, and I understand that people get busy. So I try not to be a pest, but if I need some information to move your case forward and get money in your pocket, I'm going to contact you on every channel. Anyway, that's how lawyers are worthless without communication, but it also means the lawyer needs skill to look at the file and piece things together on their own, right? As a lawyer, you can't just ignore the files. They're not going to work up themselves. They're not going to turn to money uh, on their own. So anyway, that's how that works. That's how lawyers are worthless, useless, not worth a crap unless you help them and give them all of your medical treaters. Okie dokie. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, my videos, and being subscribers. It means a lot to me to really get good information in the hands of people. If you or a loved one has been involved in an accident, you need a lawyer, you can call me anytime, night or day, for free. Even if you don't have a case, I'm happy to answer your questions. In fact, I worked late last night to return a couple of people's calls where, just based on the message they left, I knew their case was past the deadline and stuff like that. But I still called them back and answered their questions. I try to do that. Sometimes, if I'm really busy, it's hard to do that. But even if you just have a question, give me a call. But obviously, I make a living by representing injured people. So if you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of case and you need a consultation, you need a lawyer, please give me a call, 312-500-4500. If you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I have a couple of cool tools on my website. One is the Case Cash Calculator. The other one is the Good Case Calculator. Both of those are about 6 multiple choice questions. You answer the questions, you get an answer and information about whether you have a good case or what the settlement value of your case might be. Free and no obligation, right on my website. I'll leave the links in the description. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. Click the bell so you get notified when I release a new one. And if you would do me a favor, I would really appreciate it if you would be so kind as to give me a 5-star review on Google. Very competitive market in Chicago, and Google reviews really motivate people when they're trying to decide what lawyer to call. So if you enjoy my videos, you think I'm a decent guy and I'm giving you good legal advice or technically I can't give you legal advice because you're not my client and I don't know your particular situation. And I guess you can get in, lawyers can actually get into trouble by giving legal advice, like getting on a video and saying, always do this no matter what. And then if the person relies on that legal advice and their case gets screwed up, the lawyer can get in trouble. So I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm giving you legal information and encouraging you to call a lawyer if you have an issue. But if you like that stuff and you wouldn't mind, 5 seconds for you to do, invaluable for me, would be a really big favor. Leave me a 5-star Google review. I'll leave the link in the description. All you do is cut and paste the URL into a web browser on your phone, tablet, or PC, and click 5 stars, say a kind word, click submit, and I get the review. So I really would appreciate it. But I really appreciate you and your family being well and safe. And if I can be of assistance, reach out. But thanks for watching and have a great day.